Happy Wednesday. I know I'm on live on a weird day, but I wanted to hop in here because tomorrow I'm going to be at my daughter's softball tournament. She's goes to a Christian school and they get local Christian schools together to do a softball tournament. So I wanted to hang out there, and I didn't want to have to do a live video, you know, out at the fields. So here I am today. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. I'd love for you to type in the chat. Let me know how you're doing. Say hi, hashtag replay if you're watching this later. But let's dive into today's topic because it's a question I get quite regularly. Okay, how do I stop eating when I'm stressed? I get home from work and I raid the pantry because I'm just so stressed. Or my kids are finally down for nap and I'm so stressed from putting them down that I eat. Or I go to these family gatherings and my mother-in-law stresses me out and I end up eating the cake that I don't even like. Can you relate to any of those? I know I can. Now, if you've ever asked yourself this question, like, how do I stop eating when I'm stressed? Even when I'm not even hungry, but yet I'm still eating, how do I stop myself from this? And that's a great question to ask, but it's actually not the most helpful question. Okay? If I were to coach you, I would ask, why are you stressed? Okay? What's going on that's making you stressed? What are you thinking about a particular situation that is causing this emotion of stress? I would ask you to start with a very specific example. Tell me what makes you stressed. So for this, I'm just going to say, let's use the example of your mother-in-law. She stresses you out. And so you pick up the cake. Okay? Why does your mother-in-law stress you out? What thoughts do you have about her or your relationship with her? Are they thoughts of like, she doesn't like me? She doesn't approve of me. I'm not good enough for her son. Or she thinks I'm a mess and I need to clean up my act. Okay, that's a really good place to start. Let's look at those thoughts. Let's take captive those thoughts first. Okay? First of all, has she ever spoken those actual words to you? If so, noted. That's her opinion. She gets to have her opinion. And that's her problem for thinking that, because those are her thoughts. And you get to decide what your opinion about yourself will be. And if she hasn't said those specific words to you, why are you thinking that? Why do you think she thinks those things? Is it because you're judging yourself of those things? Digging into why you're feeling stressed in the first place can really uncover these hidden lies, these little deceptions that the enemy wants to throw at you that are just not true. There might be partial truth to them, but there's a lie hidden in there. And, are you believing Satan rather than God's truth? It can really uncover some of that. And none of this is done consciously or purposely. It's very unconscious. The enemy loves to distract us. So we're not making these conscious decisions about what we're thinking, what we're believing. So that's the very first thing that if I got the opportunity to coach you, we would look at first. I encourage you to do this for yourself because God really wants you to know truth about a situation. He wants to give you peace. He does give you peace if you turn to him. There's no stress in God. He's going to help you find the truth. But then the next thing I would do is, here's the deal, you're human. Sometimes you're going to feel stressed. Sometimes you're going to be deceived by that enemy. Did you know the feeling of stress is just sensations you have in your body? It's sometimes like tension, an increased heart rate. Maybe you'll start feeling warmer. All those kinds of sensations. They're just little vibrations and sensations and things that happen in your body because hormones are released by your thoughts. So the question is, can you handle sensations in your body? I know you can. I know you can because God equipped you to handle these sensations. Because God gave us emotions, just like stress, for a reason. So what if you just learn how to feel the sensations, move through them, rather than turning to food to dull or numb them, or to run away from the sensations of the emotion? How would that impact your eating? Right? You would do a lot less eating if you could just handle the emotion rather than turning to food. And this is one area that I just want to encourage you in, because this one really does take some time and practice. It's a big piece of my group coaching program, to feel an emotion rather than just to eat through it. Getting good at that skill, embracing the God-given emotion and turning to Him, not to food, is definitely something that takes some time and some practice. So let's get back to the question, how do I stop eating when I'm stressed? Get to the root of the stress. Feel the emotion rather than using food to dull it. Now, if you're like me sometimes, you're like, not helpful, Amanda. I need some more action steps here. Tell me exactly what I need to do. Well, there's a little bit of an art to this. And it's not something that I can teach you in a 10, 15-minute video here. Okay? It's something that I guide you through multiple times and help you practice it and help you get answers to your questions right away in my group program, because there's nuances to it. God made each of us unique. There is an art to it. But right now, what I want to leave you with is the very first thing to do. The next time you feel any emotion, I want you to tell yourself, first, just give that emotion a name, and then tell yourself every emotion is okay. It's a God-given signal. I can feel it. I can handle it. God equipped me to do that. Give yourself permission to have an emotion, to feel it, to embrace it first. Just give yourself the permission first. Because you have to know, with a capital N, it's safe. It's safe to feel an emotion before you actually allow yourself to feel it and move through it. And a lot of us have been told, even since we're little, don't feel it. Don't feel that. You're not allowed to feel that. So first we have to understand it's okay. It's okay that we feel it. Now, I said it's okay to feel an emotion, to have an emotion. I didn't say it's okay to act on your feelings, okay? That's something I really want to stress to you, okay? So if you want to take this one step further, if you want to tackle this emotional eating problem, which I find most of us struggle with, if we struggle with overeating, I want you to start making a list for yourself. Why is it okay? Why is it okay for me to have these emotions? Get clear on that first. And that'll be a huge step, getting you ahead in being in the driver's seat of your emotions instead of being in the back and letting it take you anywhere. Okay? Okay, by the way, I hope you sign up for the Empower Challenge. It starts in less than 2 weeks. You guys, I'm excited. If not, you will want to be there. I promise you. There's so many good things that come out of this challenge. God just works through it amazingly. And I want you to be there. I want you to get this information. I want you to start applying this stuff to your life. I want you to really start this process of managing your emotions, which is what we'll start in the challenge. Plus so much more. There's so much more to it. Okay? And I want to leave you with this. This is what one challenger had to say, and especially about just the emotional piece. Okay? She said, I'm celebrating a mind shift. The mind shift of why am I eating this? And recognizing the times I eat out of boredom and stress. You guys, another stress we just talked about, but boredom too is an emotion. She just even recognizes it. And she said, I did lose 3 pounds this week. That's super fun. And I left food on my plate after a restaurant, and I have never done that before. All from a 7-day challenge, you guys. So come join. Be a part of it. What you put in, you will get out. So make sure you're coming in and you're going to participate because you're going to get a lot out of it. All right, you guys, I hope you all have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye now.